Good morning, students. Welcome back to English online teaching class of Standard 10. Today we will proceed further with chapter number 4, A Question of Trust, written by Victor Canning from the book Footprints Without Feet. So here I begin the chapter. A Question of Trust, written by Victor Canning. Victor Canning was born on 16 June 1911 in Plymouth, United Kingdom. He was a prolific British writer of novels and thriller who flourished in the 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s. He was personally reticent, writing no memoirs and giving relatively few newspaper interviews. In 1965, he began a series of 4 books featuring a private detective called Rex Carrer. He died on 21st February 1986 in United Kingdom. Now, let's proceed with the title of this story, that is, the chapter sketch. Justification of the title of this story, A Question of Trust. The lady in the house pretended to be the owner, and Horace Denby trusted her words. Children, Lady and Horace Denby are the two important characters in this story. She was a thief too, but Horace did not suspect her and trusted her. Therefore, the trust that Horace placed in her was questioned, and there is a doubt whether he should have trusted her. Therefore, the title is justified. Now, we'll move further with the theme of this story. A Question of Trust is based on the robbery committed in a house at Shotover Grange. Shotover Grange is the name of the place, children. Two professional thieves, that are the lady and Horace Denby. So two professional thieves and burglars came face to face on the same mission of robbing a safe in the house. Both of them made elaborate preparations to make the theft a complete success. So this was the theme of the story. That is the central idea. Now let's see the characters in this story. The two important characters around whom the whole story revolves are, number 1, Horace Denby. He is a lock opening expert who is caught from a jewelry robbery by trusting a woman who pretended to be a family member of the owner. Children, kindly pay attention. I have written here lock, it will be lock. Number 2, the unknown woman. She is a smart thief who uses Horace's lock opening skills to rob the jewelry from a safe. Now, next we have the summary of the story. Kindly pay attention. I will give you here the detailed explanation of the chapter. Horace Denby had a good reputation in society. He was about 50 years old and unmarried. He ran a business of making locks and had 2 helpers. But Horace was not totally honest. He loved rare and expensive books. Horace robbed a safe every year to finance his expensive hobby. He was now going for committing a robbery. For 2 weeks, Horace had studied the country house at Shotover Grange, whose owners normally lived in London. He wanted to burgle. Burgle means to enter illegally for any crime. So, he wanted to burgle the jewelry lying in the safe in this house. Children, this house. So, the name of the house is Shotover Grange. Horace entered the house when the servants were away. He had an allergy to flowers called hay fever. He started sneezing. Then he heard a lady's voice. She told him a cure for the sneeze. Then a young and pretty lady appeared in the doorway. She was young and pretty. His first thought was to run, as the lady told him that she would telephone the police. Horace told her to let him go and forget she ever saw him. The lady put one condition before letting Horace go. She told him that she had promised her husband to take her jewels to the bank. She had, however, left the jewels in the safe as she wanted to wear the jewels in a party that night. She came down to get them, but had forgotten the number combination to open the safe. So Horace opened the safe for her and handed her the jewels to give his freedom. After 2 days, a policeman arrested him for the jewel robbery at Shotover Grange. Horace's fingerprints were found all over the room. He had opened the safe without using his gloves. He told the police that the lady of the house had told him to open the safe. But the actual lady was a 60-year-old woman. She said that Horace's story was nonsense. Then Horace realized that the pretty young woman was also a jewel thief who had used his skill to steal the jewels. Horace is now assistant librarian in prison. He often thinks of the charming and clever young lady. She was in the same profession as him, not at all the owner's wife or anyone else, but herself the thief. She had simply tricked him, and today he is there in the prison. So he gets angry when anyone talks about honor among thieves. So here I end the story, children. Hope you understood it. Now let's see the moral of the story. What is the moral of the story? It is not right to commit a crime to fulfill one's hobby, because by committing a crime, we harm the society, even though Horace committed a crime only to get rich. Also, crime only creates problems, and committing a crime is not right. So time for recapitulation, children. This is a story of two burglars who want to rob the same safe. The name of the first burglar is Horace Tanby, and the other is the pretty young woman, a smart thief. The real culprit in the story is the woman who pretended to be a member of the family living at Shotover Grange. She tricked Horace Tanby into believing her and cleverly took away all the jewels that was kept in the safe. So here we have the questions. What does Horace Tanby like to collect? He likes to collect rare and expensive books. Why does he steal every year? He stole every year so that he could buy the rare and expensive books that he loved to collect. Each year he planned carefully so as to steal enough to last 12 months. Who is the real culprit in the story? The real culprit in the story is the woman who pretended to be a family member living at Shotover Grange. She tricked Horace Tanby into believing her and cleverly took away all the jewels that were kept in the safe. Did Horace get the jewels from the Grange safe? No, not at all, children. So here I end today's lesson. In the second video, I'll give you the extra notes from this chapter. Hope you understood the content. Thank you.